Alright, imagine this. You're looking for a gaming phone that doesn't just look aggressive, but actually backs it up with serious power, insane cooling, and a battery that just refuses to die. This is the ZTE Nubia RedMagic 11 Air, and honestly, this thing feels like it was built by gamers who were tired of compromises. From the moment you pick it up, you can tell this isn't trying to be a regular smartphone. It's bold, it's loud, and yeah, it's unapologetically focused on performance. But the real question is, does it actually deliver in real-world use? Or is it just another spec monster on paper? Before we dive deep, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and drop a like, because we're about to break this down in a way you won't find anywhere else. So starting with the design, this phone is surprisingly slim for what it packs. At just 8mm thick and around 207 grams, it doesn't feel like a brick even though there's a massive 7,000 mAh battery inside. You've got glass on the front and back, aluminum frame in the middle, and then those signature RedMagic touches. The RGB lighting on the back, the visible fan vents, and that transparent aesthetic just scream gaming. It's not subtle, and it's not trying to be. And I actually respect that. You also get pressure-sensitive zones on the sides, which basically act like shoulder triggers. If you play shooters or racing games, you already know how big of a deal that is. Now the display is where things get really interesting. This is a 6.85-inch AMOLED panel with a 144Hz refresh rate, and it looks insanely smooth. Scrolling, gaming, even just swiping through apps feels ridiculously fluid. The brightness peaks at around 1800 nits, so outdoor visibility is not an issue. Colors are punchy, blacks are deep, and the bezels are super thin, giving you that full immersive experience. And because the selfie camera is under the display, there's no notch, no punch hole, nothing interrupting your view. It's just pure screen. Performance is where this phone absolutely goes crazy. It's powered by the Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, paired with up to 16 GB of RAM and super fast UFS 4.1 storage. In real-world usage, this thing flies. Apps open instantly, multitasking is effortless, and when it comes to gaming, it's on another level. I tried heavy titles at max settings, and the frame rate stayed stable. No stutters, no drops. And the best part is the built-in cooling fan. Yes, there's an actual fan inside the phone, and it makes a real difference. Long gaming sessions don't turn this into a hot plate. It stays cool, and that means consistent performance. And this is a good time to talk about something a lot of people overlook, which is sustained performance. A lot of phones can hit high benchmarks for a few minutes, but then they throttle. This one doesn't do that nearly as much, thanks to the active cooling system and smart thermal design. So if you're someone who plays for hours, this matters a lot more than just peak numbers. Now let's talk cameras, because yeah, this is still a phone at the end of the day. You've got a 50-megapixel main sensor and an 8-megapixel ultra-wide. Photos are actually decent, especially in good lighting. You get sharp images, good dynamic range, and colors that are slightly boosted but still look nice. Video goes all the way up to 8K, which is impressive, but realistically most people will stick to 4K. The under-display selfie camera is fine, not amazing, but it gets the job done. Let's be real though, you're not buying this phone for the camera. Battery life is one of the biggest highlights here. That 7,000 mAh battery is just insane. You can easily get through a full day of heavy use, and even stretch into a second day if you're not pushing it too hard. Gaming obviously drains it faster, but even then, it holds up really well. And when you do need to charge, you've got fast charging support that gets you back up quickly. There's also bypass charging, which is a huge win for gamers because it powers the phone directly without heating up the battery. Software is another area where things feel tailored for gamers. RedMagic OS 11 on top of Android 16 gives you a bunch of gaming features, performance modes, and customization options. You can tweak almost everything, from fan speed to CPU performance profiles. It's not the cleanest UI out there, but it's functional and packed with features. Now, quick pause. If you're still watching, you're clearly into this kind of deep tech breakdown. So make sure you subscribe and like the video. It really helps the channel grow, and I've got more content like this coming your way. Coming back to connectivity and extras, you've got pretty much everything you'd expect. 5G support, Wi-Fi 6, or even 7 depending on the variant, Bluetooth 5.4, NFC, and even an infrared port, which is something we don't see that often anymore. The stereo speakers are loud and clear, and audio quality is actually really good, especially with Snapdragon sound support. So overall, what's the verdict on the RedMagic 11 Air? This is not a phone for everyone, and it's not trying to be. If you want the best camera or the cleanest software, there are other options. But if you want raw power, insane battery life, proper cooling, and features that actually enhance gaming, this is easily one of the best options out there right now. It delivers where it matters most for its target audience, and it does it at a price that's surprisingly competitive. If you're a gamer, or even just someone who wants a phone that never slows down no matter what you throw at it, this is definitely worth considering. It's fast, it's bold, and it's built with a clear purpose. And yeah, that's pretty much it for this one. If you enjoyed this review and found it helpful, don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. I'll catch you in the next one.